All right, so with all the revelations that we have every day, with all the dramatic disruption to our lives, it's only normal to feel some anxiety, feeling stressed about what's going on, and you're not alone.
Dr. Alexandra Stratyner is a psychologist here in New York City. So first of all, what do we tell people to get everyone to calm down during all of this, Alexandra?
That's a great question. I think this is understandably a very anxiety-provoking time. But there are many common sense strategies that have been communicated throughout the media by the government about what people can do to stay safe and to keep others safe. And so I would encourage people to keep in mind that as long as you're practicing those common sense strategies, you're doing everything that you can, and there's no need for additional anxiety or panic.
Our senior citizens, the most vulnerable,
Right.
Perhaps, and then they start to feel isolated. What should we do? Should we set up a routine with them? What should we do, Doctor?
That's a wonderful question. When it comes to seniors, if you are living with a senior, certainly things such as setting up a routine, making sure that you are talking to your loved ones who are older adults can be very important. If you have a senior who you know who is isolated, call them. Check in with them over the phone. I know that that sounds strange this day and age to make a call over the phone, but honestly, our older adults very much still use telephones, and it would mean a lot. And certainly, if they need something, drop some groceries off for them. I think the more that we can be helpful as communities, actually, the less we'll be experiencing anxiety as individuals, because we can feel as if we're doing something to help with what's going on.
Okay,
So
and
it
Dr.
helps us and
Stratyner,
them.
I'm sorry, I know David said FaceTiming, that helps too. That's a big deal, FaceTiming. Now, what about talking to our kids about coronavirus?
That's a great question. So when it comes to talking with children, there are developmentally appropriate strategies for different age groups. Obviously, what's going to be appropriate for an elementary school student or younger might be quite different from what's appropriate for a teenager. When it comes to younger children, I would discourage parents from spending too much time with kids in front of the 24-hour news cycle. I know that I'm saying that on a news program, but children won't always understand what's being talked about, and it might be scary. And this is a wonderful opportunity to talk about things like hand hygiene and other kinds of good health practices that are age appropriate for our youngsters.
Okay, all some good advice, I would
Yes.
say. Thank you, Doctor, for sharing that with us. I know now's the time when people want information, so there's a tendency to listen more, but I think it's okay, I'm saying it, to take a little bit of a break from it. I mean,
Right, you need a break, it's a lot.
And because of the coronavirus pandemic, 35 states have closed public schools, meaning nearly 36 million public school students alone are home. And as we all try to figure out our new normal, what's the best way to help children cope? From keeping up a routine to bending the rules, Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Charlesworth got some valuable advice for all parents.
I miss my friends because I can only see them through FaceTime.
Kids are already craving a schedule and time with friends. These were my own kids this morning.
I want to be with my friends.
You want to be with your friends, right?
Now's the time to put on cartoons.
Yes.
Professor Harris Stratyner says allow children to do fun things in between their studies and include comfort food.
Don't worry about sugar right now. Let's keep them happy.
Make it fun,
Yeah, make it fun.
I did first period would be ELA, second period we did art, third period we did science.
The professor agrees a schedule will give your children a feeling of control and direction and help parents get some work done at home.
They're trying to set up a day according to the school day, keeping it as much routine as they can.
Also, build in social time on the phone.
Let youngsters talk to their friends virtually, FaceTime.
Another great piece of advice for all of us, get out in nature on a hiking trail, not at a public playground or on swing sets covered with germs or around other kids. Get on a hiking trail. Enjoy. You can't catch anything from rocks and streams.
Let them get out. Vitamin D, by the way, we know is very important.
But once they get out there, they love it. And
Right.
the stress just disappears, and they picked up something, now they're smacking a rock, and it's like, and they watch
That's
us relax too, which is a great
That's
thing.
right. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Kids can do things like go fishing.
Yes, he says find joy at home and be present.
It's also a wonderful lesson in living in the moment. We are going to get through this, and it's going to be a lesson. And you can also tell your youngsters, you're going to be a part of history.
In Oakwood, on Staten Island, Michelle Charlesworth, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
That's how some people are trying to cope.